Hey, good morning all. Doug at Doug's World Tour, and we're going to talk about vending this morning because as I was going through my Facebook feeds this morning, it seems like about every third day I see the age-old question of, do I go get the location first if I'm going to start in this business, or do I go get the machine first? Today we are going to put that answer to bed, okay? What happens if you get that location, no matter what it is, and now you can't find the equipment? Equipment does not just grow on trees. We have lost most of our distributors across the country that had brick and mortar locations. There are a few, but are you going to ship a piece of equipment 1,500 miles and pay $5, $6, $7, $800? That's what it costs now to ship something like that 1,500 miles. Believe me, I've done it. We used to ship my big coin changers, the arcade style. They weigh less than 300 pounds, I guess a little over 300 with the pallet. And it used to be 175 bucks. The last one I shipped, and I swear it wasn't 400 miles. It was one state over from Nevada to California, and it was almost $500. And it's not going to get any better. So I guess where I'm going here is, when I started, and it was many moons ago, I looked for deals. I always had a spare set of equipment in the garage, and by that I mean I had a soda machine and a coffee machine, because we used coffee machines back then, a candy bar machine, and probably a cigarette machine. And I think most people probably start with a snack and soda. It's the most common item sold. Sodas, however, they do outsell snacks by probably 2 to 1. Okay? You go collect your snack and soda machine, there's probably going to be 100 in the soda, and there's going to be 50 or 60 in the snack. Now, I know you're going to come across with the comments and tell me about your snack machine does 400 or 500 a week. There are always exceptions, but getting back to the location or the machines, you have to buy smart. If you have a location and you just look, and you can't find a piece of equipment, now a week's gone by, maybe the guy is calling you where you're going to put this equipment, and hey man, we're waiting, we got a spot set out for you, we ran on an electrical line, and you're telling them, you're still looking. You look like kind of a fool, guys. I hate to say it. We won't use any stronger language than that, but there are such thing as garage vendors, people that, one at a time. We used to call them peanut vendors because they couldn't afford all the snacks across all the rows, so they'd have 3 or 4 columns of peanuts. And that's a true story. Peanuts used to be 5 cents a bag. And you'd see a snack machine, and there'd be like 4, 5, 6 rows of all the same peanuts. So, AKA a peanut vendor. So, guys, what I want you to do here, wherever you're going to shop, whether it's Facebook Marketplace, whether it's Craigslist, there's all kinds of classifieds. Depending on where you live, there may be an abundance of vending machines. If you live, let's just say, in the San Francisco Bay Area, well, there's a ton of people that sell vending machines, including us. We're in Oakland. We have 500 machines in stock. But if you live out in some little town in Nebraska, you better plan to drive. And once again, time is a factor. If you tell this guy that you're this new location, you're still looking, and blah blah blah, sorry, now it's a couple weeks, guess what? Somebody else comes across, they're liable to get that spot before you. So don't be forced into buying overpriced equipment because you need it. Buy it when the price is right. I see deals all the time, a couple 300, and I look at that and I say, boy, it's a pretty good deal especially for a starting guy. So you also need to learn a little bit about this equipment. A lot of these beginning vendors, they buy this stuff, they take it out to location, it doesn't work. Coins drop straight through, it doesn't cool. We can go on, but we're putting this to bed today. I welcome your comments. However, if you don't shop smart, you will not be successful. So guys, go out there and get those deals. You see something for 200, 300, 400, buy it, take it home, clean it up, investigate it, play with it, you know, run it through its courses. So when you wheel it in that new spot, all you have to do is plug it in and maybe make a few adjustments on the chips or something that, you know, have gotten sideways in the move. So anyways, guys, don't get the location first. You're not, I hate to be so brazen, but you're not going to be successful if you're always waiting. The vending business is 24/7, 365. I made a lot of service calls in my days on Christmas Day, but you know what they were? They were casinos that had cigarette machines that went down. They've got to have this stuff. In other words, how about a bar with a jukebox on New Year's Eve where the jukebox quits playing? What are they going to do for music on New Year's Eve? Believe me, you're losing that spot if you're not Johnny on the spot. So anyways, guys, I welcome your comments. Try and be kind, but you're not going to talk me out of my answer for this question. Equipment first, then look for the location. Guys, I appreciate everybody that takes time to view, and stay strong. Doug at Doug's World Tour, and I'm out.